Heavy fighting has flared up again in several parts of the Ethiopian region of Amhara, where government troops are battling a local militia. Artillery was used in the latest clashes between soldiers and the Fano militia. Ethiopian authorities have banned any movement on a road linking the two cities of Debre Birhan and Desse, potentially signaling a major offensive. The army also says it cleared another route south of Marawi. Earlier this month, the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission said troops had carried out dozens of extrajudicial killings in the town, but the government denied that civilians had been targeted. A state of emergency was recently extended in the Amhara region. The unrest began last year when Addis Ababa tried to disarm the militia in Amhara after the end of the conflict in the neighboring Tigray region. Gurum Jala is in Addis Ababa and joins us with the very latest. Gurum, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us. Gurum, reports indicate that heavy fighting has flared up again in several parts of the Ethiopian region of Amhara. What more can you tell us?
So, Richard, as you've said, the fight in the Amhara regional state has been going on over the last few months. To be more specific, it started around August last year, and it's ongoing, on and off sometimes. And over the last few months, it was calming down, relatively speaking. So many operations in the Amhara regional state, including day-to-day lives of people, the reception of flights in several parts of the region, including the capital, Bahar Dar, and Gondar and other places has continued. But the reports that we are hearing from the region suggest that the fighting has continued again, and it is stronger than relatively of the past few months fighting between the Fano militiamen and the government force themselves. Now, around Desse and other small pocket areas of the Amhara regional state, ambushes and also attacks against the military camps of the Ethiopian National Defense Force have been reported, and lootings are also pertinent at the moment. The government forces are saying that they are now in charge of most of the activities of the regional state itself, but then again, they are also worried that the Fano militiamen have continued fightings in that regional state when things were going in a much better situation. The people in that regional state are also saying that the material destruction, the loss of lives because of the renewed fighting in the Amhara regional state is heavier at the moment. What we are hearing at the moment also suggests that the fighting might be also escalating, covering much more vaster region areas in the regional state than it was before. So what we know so far is that this fighting has also erupted in some areas that we have never reported before, but the government force say that they are in charge and they are in control.
Let's talk more on that. I know you touched a little bit on it in your previous answer, but how is the government dealing with the latest eruption of the clashes? Can you give us some details?
So, Richard, the National Defense Force has got heavy presence in the Amhara regional state. There are operations almost in a daily basis in order to calm the situation down. They are also, apart from the fighting against the Fano militiamen, there are also other efforts being exerted by the government, which is a quest for negotiation in order to peacefully resolve the ongoing conflict in the Amhara regional state. Just to mention a few, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, for example, just a few days back, had a conversation with representatives from the Amhara regional state, from religious to political representatives. And the suggestion is bring the Fano representatives, the militiamen, for a talk, for a roundtable discussion. He also promised that even if it's needed that we have to pay ransoms, sort of compensations for those who are involved in this war, in order to resolve it peacefully, we shall do that. The government's commitment for peace is sustainable. We have no change of mind. We have no change of heart. So apart from the military missions that are being held in Amhara regional state, which are heavy, by the way, there are also calls for a peaceful resolution of the conflict in that regional state. So far, however, we could report to you that it's the conflict side that is, taking the upper hand than the negotiation side, that everybody wants to see peace in that regional state.